everybody. Welcome to my Midlife Crisis Unplugged, the channel where I document my rediscovery of my guitar roots playing acoustic guitar. I'll be posting covers and learning covers and sharing with you as we go along with the journey. Check out our channel overview video if you'd like to know more. You know, I had a number of folks who are fellow players on YouTube ask me to do a gear overview. In other words, what is the gear that I've reassembled as I start this journey? So I thought I'd take a few minutes. There's no script here. I'm doing it freestyle, so I'll try to keep it tight as possible. So let's get into it. First and foremost is my new 6-string acoustic electric guitar. It is a mid-level Takamine, the GJ72CE. It's a kind of an upper end of their G series guitars. It's a well-built guitar. You know, Takamine acoustic electrics are kind of a workhorse for stage performers who don't play those high-end I don't know, collector guitars and all of that good kind of stuff. But I really like it. Solid spruce construction. It's got the premium electronics from Takamine, the TK40D. It's got all kinds of gizmos and sound shaping tools on board, and also a built-in tuner and all of that. But I really love the guitar. It's really well built, and it is just a solid guitar for somebody who's looking to build on a budget. You can get it for around $550, $600 online. In fact, all the things I talk about here in the video, I'll put the product links down in the description so you can follow along. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be primarily playing on this channel. It is a beautifully built guitar, and as you can see, it looks good too. Premium tuners, gold hardware, and it doesn't sound too bad. Anyway, that's my 6-string. I've also got about a, I guess it's about a 7 or 8 year old 12-string here. On certain songs, I'll be playing along with it. As you know, some songs are a little bit harder to play on a 12-string, and I've come up with a solution for that I'm going to tell you about here. The twist in this channel is it's just not going to be me trying to sing, which I used to do in a band, but many years later I'm going to spare you that. I invested in, let me grab it here, this Tascam unit. It's called a guitar trainer. But it's got so many features on board. It's actually the CD version. The CD goes inside. But what it allows me to do is to take out the guitar part that I'm wanting to play, yet keeping the rest of the band playing. I told you in our last video, the first cover I'm working on is my favorite Cheap Trick song, The Flame. And I have got the MP3 of that burnt to CD. I'll be putting that in here, and then I'm running this through my amp, and we'll mix my playing with the band while taking out Robin's piece that he plays on the acoustic guitar in that song track. So anyway, this puppy was, I believe, about $149, and it just got so many neat features in it. Now, I could run my guitar straight through this and then out to sound, but what I've decided to do is, and I'm going to show you the amplifier I'm using here in a moment, I'm using the second channel of the amp for the Tascam just to dull out the guitar part I'm playing, and then to play the rest of it through. And I'm going to try to get a good mix I can share with you guys without blowing you out. But Tascam guitar trainer, this is their latest model, very updated, very powerful, $149 you can get it. Alright, so guitar, Takamine GJ. This is a jumbo auditorium, by the way. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little bit bigger body. It's not this typical dreadnought. I like the full sound of a jumbo, and this is a jumbo model Takamine, and I think it gives you a much fuller sound. Also behind me, I don't know if you can see it, I've got a digital piano back here. If we get around to it, I might even get to doing some songs on that. But for now, this is going to be my primary guitar, and you know, down into the finite details. Over the years, I've used so many different picks for me, and it's all a personal choice, but for me, I always use the Dunlop Tortex .60 guitar picks. I use them whether I'm playing electric or acoustic. I just like the way they feel. They've got the right action for me, and it's a quality product from Dunlop. So they're the orange ones, if you're wondering. So anyway, as I said, while I'm going back to acoustic guitar roots, this is an acoustic electric, and I've taken it a step further and built me a pedal board to go with it. And I'll also talk to you a little bit about why I selected what I selected for the pedal board, and also the amp I'm using. So with that, why don't we shift, and I'll run you through real quickly the pedal board I've assembled for this. So in 3, 2, 1. Alright folks, here's a quick run through of the pedal board I put together. First up is a Donner DT1. You know, if you're looking to build things on a budget, I found both Donner and Behringer on some products have some pretty good quality items on a budget. First up is my tuner. I love it. It's a Donner DT1. Easy to read, as you can see. Lets you know when you're dead on. And it's just a great tuner for the money. I think this was about 26 bucks, the Donner DT1. I splurged on 3 of the 5 here. The next one in line is called a Body Res by TC Electronics. You know, I'm coming flat out of the guitar. I'm not using the onboard sound shaping tools on my Takamine. And what you find out a lot of times if you play and you've got a really good ear is the guitar can sound a little tinny, a little, you know, just kind of not very lively. The Body Res, what it does, it's a preamp and compression pedal in one for an acoustic electric guitar. And what you do when you engage it is you get that warmer, full guitar sound. There are a lot of features. I'm not going to go through every feature on every pedal here. I splurged on this one. It's a $100 pedal, technically $99.99, and you won't find it much cheaper. But you can adjust the body shape with the single knob at the top. But as you'll see, the bass gets warmer, and it sounds just a lot less tinny. So it's a combined preamp for your acoustic electric, plus it has 9 points of compression that kind of evens everything out to where you're not blowing out bass and too tinny on the treble. I keep that engaged whenever I'm playing. Also, next in line, I just added this week. I had a MXR, an Ernie Ball MXR compression pedal, but when I found out the Body Res had the compression in it, I dumped it and found this beauty. It is by Digitech. It is called Mosaic, and again, not a super cheap pedal at 150 bucks. But what this is a 12-string emulator. You know, I showed you earlier I have a 12-string I can play on, but there's certain rock pop songs that are just really hard to play on a 12-string. So I think I mentioned I'm also working on The Flame by Cheap Trick, and in the recording, to me, it sounds like Robin is almost playing a 12-string, and the first opening lick is, you know, the... Well, that's with just a 6-string with my Body Res on. The Mosaic is a 12-string emulator. Yes, they finally came out with one, and you turn it on, and I'm playing it pretty much wide open based on the YouTube videos I saw of it, but now listen to that opening lick. And you know it goes... I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a real 12-string. A real 12-string ring to it. I'll play it again without it and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then again with the Mosaic on. those are the notes. Like I say, I'm working on it, but you can really tell, as you can tell, I'm in love with this pedal, but again, I just love it. So if you want to play 12-string songs but want to play it on a 6, there is nobody that makes a pedal that emulates a 12-string as well as this new, and it just came out last year, this new Digitech Mosaic. Some people will use a chorus pedal to try and jack with the settings to try to imitate a 12-string on a chorus pedal, but I'm telling you right now, this Mosaic is the shit, let me tell you. Another one I really splurged on, I should have had it on already, is MXR's Reverb. This is their Ultra Reverb model. It has 9 different amp cabinets. It has everything from the old spring-loaded 1950s, 60s reverb up to the most sophisticated studio reverbs, the plate reverbs available. There's 6 settings with 2 channels, so you can come up with whatever mix of reverb that you want. And then, of course, I went budget-wise here for about 26 bucks on this Ultra Chorus from Behringer. Like I said, if you want to double your guitar, and use a chorus pedal, I think this Behringer is just fine for what I do. It has level, tone, rate, and depth settings, and it's the Ultra Chorus UC200. So anyway, if you want a chorus pedal on a budget, that's great. What I did here, instead of spending the rest of my life savings on 9-volt batteries for all of these, I also went with the Donner product and got their power supply here, which has, let's see, 8 9-volt slots, a 12-volt, and an 18-volt for bigger pedals. What you always want to do on your power supplies is make sure that they say isolated power and true isolated power. A lot of the cheaper ones, they have one bus at 9 volts, and if one pedal draws more power than the other one, it can cause them to malfunction. So you want each plug-in and each circuit with its own isolated power. All of these here are 9 volts, and I don't have any drop-off running multiple pedals because of the isolated power. This is the Donner, the updated Donner power supply, and I think it was 50 bucks. The pedal board underneath is also a Donner, the DB2. They make them in 3 sizes. This is technically the mid-size, and it does have a double roll, and you see I've configured it. They make one bigger called the DB1 that has another row up here to where you can put big pedals in a true double roll configuration. But again, from right to left, the Donner DT1 tuner, 26 bucks. My body res preamp and compression, 100 bucks. The Mosaic 12-string emulator, 150. The reverb, the MXR reverb, and this is their top of the line one, was 199 bucks. And then I think I spent like 28 bucks on the Ultra Chorus. But again, I'm going acoustic electric here, and I am just so thrilled with the board after a lot of trial and error that I put together for my particular playing. It's all going out to my Fender. I was going to get the 45 watt version, and they were out of stock, and I think it was probably destiny. I ended up with the Fender Acoustasonic 90 watt 2-channel amplifier. So far I'm just really thrilled with it, and of course it has a lot of onboard effects over here. I keep them in the off position, FX select and FX level, the 2 channels. You got your instrument in here and the standard controls for that. And what I like about this amp is it has an option of either a 1/4-inch funnel plug for another instrument or microphone, or an XLR. And what I've decided to do here, as I said earlier, with the Tascam guitar trainer, I'm running my line out from it through an XLR into the second channel here. And when I finish the first cover of The Flame, what I'm hoping to do is to have the band and the suppressed guitar track coming out of the Tascam into the second channel here. I'll have my guitar playing on channel 1 here, and I'm hoping between the two I'm going to be able to get a good mix for you so you can hear it. But anyway, I'm going to put links to all of these products down in the description with links to them on Amazon. If you decide to buy one or two of these items, hit the link there because I get a few dollars commission if you do that, and it helps support the channel. But in any event, that's my pedal board. That's the amp I'm using. Yes, I had to put on a light here because I keep my little corner studio dark so I could read the dials on the thing. But I'm real pleased at how everything's sounding, and I hope I'll be able to work hard and bring you some good playing in future videos here. Well, there you have it, folks. That's my gear that I've assembled and a little bit of an overview of it. I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. I tried to keep it as tight as I could. If you like what I'm doing here, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It lets me know you appreciate what we're doing here. In any event, I'm going to get back to working on my first cover video. It's going to take me a couple of 3 weeks, so stay tuned for that. I'll be coming at you with The Flame by Cheap Trick. Until then, keep on rocking, my friends.